Hello viewers, I'm Asghar Pasha, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, MS Ramaiah Institute of Technology, Bangalore. In this session, I'll be solving problems on differential equations which are solvable for P. Consider the differential equation yp square plus x minus y into p minus x equals to 0. We have to solve this using the technique of solving for P. You express this equation, find the roots of this equation. This is a differential equation like polynomial in P. Find the roots of this equation. It's minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a, which is y minus x plus or minus root of x square minus 2xy plus y square plus 4xy. And after simplification, you will get roots as p equals to y minus x plus or minus x plus y divided by 2y. So these are the two roots. One is y minus x plus y by 2y. Another is y minus x plus y divided by 2y. Simplify this to get roots as p equals to 1 and p equals to minus x by y. Consider p equals to 1. P stands for dy by dx. Dy by dx equals to 1. On integrating, you will get one solution as y minus x minus c equals to 0. Consider second factor, which is p equals to minus x by y. P stands for dy by dx. Dy by dx is minus x by y. You separate the variables. Y dy equals to minus x dx. It is in variable separable form. Now integrate it to get the solution. Y square by 2 equals to minus x square by 2 plus constant of integration. So which is nothing but y square plus x square minus 2c equals to 0. This is a general solution. The general solution of the given differential equation is y minus x minus c. That is a solution corresponding to first factor. And another one is y square plus x square minus 2c equals to 0. Product of these two solutions constitutes a general solution of the given differential equation. Let me go to next problem. Problem number 8. Solve xyp square plus p into 3x square minus 2y square minus 6xy equals to 0 by solving for p. This is a given differential equation, again quadratic. P equals to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Next step, it is minus of 3x square minus 2y square plus or minus root of, you expand this a minus b whole square formula and simplify this to get p as minus of 3x square minus 2y square plus or minus root of 9x to the power of 4 plus 4y to the power of 4 plus 12x square y square divided by 2xy. So p is minus of 3x square minus 2y square plus or minus root of 9x to the power of 4 plus 4y to the power of 4 plus 12x square y square divided by 2xy. Okay, this is nothing but a plus b the whole square, a being 3x square and b is 2y square. So you write that as square root of 3x square plus 2y square the whole square, which is nothing but minus of 3x square minus 2y square plus or minus 3x square plus 2y square divided by 2xy. Therefore, two roots are p equals to minus of 3x square minus 2y square plus 3x square plus 2y square by 2xy, and another is p equals to minus of 3x square minus 2y square minus of 3x square plus 2y square divided by 2xy. Simplify to get this p equals to 4y square divided by 2xy or p equals to minus 6x square divided by 2xy. Therefore, p equals to 2y divided by x. or p equals to minus 3x by y. Consider p equals to 3y by x. P is dy by dx, which is equals to 2y by x. You separate the variables, you get dy by y equals to 2 by x into dx. It is in variable separable form. Integrate it. Integration of 1 by y is log y equals to 2 into integration of 1 by x is log x plus constant of integration. I have taken a constant of integration as log c. It can be anything. It can be any k, and you know that any constant, whether it is 0, negative or positive, can be expressed in terms of log c. Log c can take any value, but log of negative does not exist. So I can write that arbitrary constant as log c for simplicity. So in the next stage, you can write using the properties of logarithms. This becomes log y equals to log of x square into c, because 2 log x is log of x square plus log c. Log a plus log b is log a into b, so it is log x square c, which implies y equals to x square into c, nothing but y minus cx square equals to 0. Consider the second factor, which is p equals to minus 3x by y. Same thing, you separate the variables after writing p as dy by dx to get y dy equals to minus 3x dx. Integrate it to get the solution y square plus 3x square minus 2c equals to 0. So therefore, as usual, general solution of product of these two solutions, which is y minus cx square into y square plus 3x square minus 2c equals to 0. Problem number 9. Solve p square minus 2p into sine hyperbolic of x minus 1 equals to 0 using the technique of solving for p. Consider the differential equation p square minus 2p sine hyperbolic of x minus 1 equals to 0, where p stands for dy by dx. It's a quadratic equation again. Use the concept of minus b plus r minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a to get this. Take 4 outside. So it is 2 sine hyperbolic x plus r minus 2 times sine hyperbolic square x plus 1. You know that cos hyperbolic square x minus sine hyperbolic square x equals to 1. From this we get 1 plus sine hyperbolic square x as cos hyperbolic square x. You simplify this to get p as sine hyperbolic x plus r minus cos hyperbolic x. So the two possibilities are p equals to sine hyperbolic x plus cos hyperbolic x, and p equals to sine hyperbolic x minus cos hyperbolic x. Consider the first factor, p equals to sine hyperbolic x plus cos hyperbolic x. This implies dy by dx equals to sine hyperbolic x plus cos hyperbolic x. Separate the variables. Dy equals to sine hyperbolic x plus cos hyperbolic x into dx. Now integrate it. Integration, it's y equals to integration of sine hx is cos hx, integration of cos hx is plus sine hx plus c. Therefore, the solution is y minus cos hx minus sine hx minus c equals to 0. Similarly, by considering second factor, p equals to sine hyperbolic x minus cos hyperbolic x, we get the solution as y minus cos hx plus sine hx minus c equals to 0. Therefore, as usual, the general solution of the given differential equation is product of these two solutions equated to 0. I will illustrate geometrically what it represents, what general solution represents. Before that, you should know the types of solution of a differential equation. General solution, you are familiar with the general solution. If a differential equation consists, if it's of order n, its general solution consists of n arbitrary constant. Solution means, of course, it's a relationship between dependent variable and independent variable satisfying the given differential equation. So if the order of the differential equation is n, its general solution consists of n arbitrary constants. For example, if it is second order differential equation, d square y by dx square equals to x, it's very simple. I can find its solution by direct integration. If you integrate it once, I'll get dy by dx as x square by 2 plus c1. If you integrate it again, you will get y as x cube by 6 plus c1x plus c2. So there are two arbitrary constants c1 and c2. This is known as general solution of a differential equation. If we specify these two constants, if we give some specific values for c1 and c2, then the solution is known as particular solution. For example, y equals to, I'll write x cube by 6 as it is. In place of c1, if you write 2, in place of c2, 3. This is a particular solution of a given differential equation. Apart from these two, there are some other solutions known as a singular solution of a differential equation. What is singular solution? It's a solution of a differential equation which cannot be obtained from its general solution by giving any arbitrary value to the arbitrary constant present in the given differential equation, in the solution of the general solution of the given differential equation. So what geometrically singular solution means? First of all, it's a solution which cannot be obtained from general solution. I'll teach you the procedure of finding singular solution, and then I'll discuss its geometrical meaning. How to find singular solution of a differential equation? First, find general solution of the given differential equation. I'm talking about first order differential equation. So its general solution consists of one arbitrary constant. Let me denote general solution as phi of x y comma c equals to 0. It's a relationship between x and y involving one arbitrary constant. This is general solution. Now we have to differentiate this general solution with respect to arbitrary constant c, treating x and y as constant. So we will get one more equation involving x, y and c. You eliminate c. Step 3, eliminate c from the general solution, the equation obtained in step 2, to get the singular solution. So there are 3 steps. First, find the general solution. Differentiate that general solution with respect to arbitrary constant present, treating other two variables, that is x and y, as constants. You will get one relation. Eliminate c from the general solution and the equation obtained from general solution to get the required singular solution. Now what it is geometrically? To understand that clearly, so I'll start with the formation first. Consider, I'll start with formation. For example, I'll talk about family of curves. As you are familiar with this, y equals to mx. What it represents? Y equals to mx represents a family of straight lines. Of course, if I say y equals to 2x, it is one line, y equals to 2x with slope m equals to 2 passing through the origin. If I say y equals to mx, here m is a parameter. By varying m, I will get different members of the family. I will get different lines with slope m. So it will be like this. I will get infinite number of lines passing through origin with the different slopes. So y equals to mx represent family of curves, and y equals to 2x is one particular member of that family. So general solution of a differential equation contains one arbitrary constant. So it represents what? It represents a family of curves, and y equals to 2x is one particular member of the family, which is nothing but particular solution. What about singular solution of a differential equation? Okay. To have an idea about singular solution, let me consider one family of circles, x minus a whole square plus y square equals to 1. What is this? X minus a whole square plus y square equals to 1. It's a family of circles having centers on x axis, a comma 0. Center is a comma 0 and radius is 1. It's a family of circles with centers on x-axis. It's like this. xy as radius is 1, I'll fix this also. This is x equals to minus 1 and this is x equals to plus 1. So x minus a whole square plus y square equals to 1 represents a family of circles like this, with centers on x-axis, and so on. Now let me form a differential equation of this family first, then I'll talk about different types of solution of that differential equation. How to form a differential equation? It's a relationship between x and y given with one arbitrary constant a. You have to eliminate that constant to get the solution of the differential equation. We have to eliminate a. You differentiate this with respect to x, we get 2 into x minus a plus derivative of y square is 2 into y dash equals to 0. I have not eliminated a yet. So it is x minus a equals to, simplify this, divide by 2 and take this to right hand side, second term to RHS. I'll get x minus a as minus y into y dash. Now substitute this in a given differential equation. So x minus a is y minus y into y dash. So x minus a whole square is minus y into y dash the whole square plus y square equals to 1. This is nothing but y square into y dash whole square plus y square equals to 1. I'll take y square common. Then it is y dash whole square plus 1 equals to 1. Now what is this? Divide by y square, y dash is p, it is p square plus 1 equals to 1 by y square. This is a non-linear differential equation because degree is 2, p square. Non-linear differential equation of first order, p. P is present, which is dy by dx, first order derivative, p square, degree is 2, so it's a non-linear differential equation of first order, p square plus 1 equals to 1 by y square. I have formed this using x minus a whole square plus y square equals to 1. That means this is a solution. This is a solution of this differential equation. So solution of x minus a whole square plus y square equals to 1 is a solution of the differential equation p square plus 1 equals to 1 by y square. This is a formation of differential equation. Let us go back with the technique of solving differential equation using solvable for p method. That is, I have to start with p square plus 1 equals to 1 by y square and I have to arrive at x minus a whole square plus y square equals to 1. Let me check. Consider this equation, p square plus 1 equals to 1 divided by y square. According to solver for p method, we have to factorize it. We have to find the roots. You can write this as p square equals to 1 by y square minus 1. P square is 1 by y square minus 1. You simplify this, p square equals to 1 minus y square divided by y square. Therefore, p is plus or minus root of 1 minus y square divided by y. So, the two factors are p equals to plus root of 1 minus y square divided by y, and p equals to minus root of 1 minus y square divided by y. These are the two factors. Now, according to rule, we have to solve this differential equation. Consider p equals to root of 1 minus y square divided by y. Now, p is what? Dy by dx. Dy by dx equals to root of 1 minus y square divided by y. Apply method of separation of variable technique. You can write this as y into root of 1 minus y square into dy equals to dx. Okay, you have to integrate it. Put 1 minus y square as some new variable t, then minus 2y dy becomes dt. Therefore, this equation becomes, its solution, as I said earlier, it is integration of this, integration y dy is minus dt by 2 divided by root of 1 minus y square, which is root t, equals to integration of dx, which is x plus some constant c. This is integration of minus dt by 2 root t, and integration of 1 by 2 root t is root t. You will get minus root t equals to x plus c. Root t minus root of 1 minus y square equals to x plus c. This implies x plus c plus root of 1 minus y square equals to 0. This is a solution corresponding to the factor p minus of root of 1 minus y square divided by y, that is p equals to root of 1 minus y square by y. Similarly, if you start with the other factor, negative term, you will get solution as x plus c minus, in place of plus minus, root of 1 minus y square equals to 0. So, you have two solutions here. One is x plus c minus root of 1 minus y square equal to 0. Another is x plus c plus root of 1 minus y square equals to 0. And as you know, the general solution is a product of these two solutions, that is x plus c plus root of 1 minus y square into x plus c minus root of 1 minus y square equals to 0. This is a general solution of the given differential equation. This is like a plus b into a minus b, which is nothing but a square x plus c whole square, a square minus b square, root of 1 minus y square the whole square equals to 0, which is x plus c whole square minus 1 minus y square equals to 0. You just simplify this, it is x plus c whole square plus y square equals to 1. So, I have solved that differential equation, that non-linear differential equation, to get the solution as x plus c whole square plus y square equals to 1. And as I mentioned, this represents family of circles with center on x axis and radius equals to 1 fixed. Okay, this is a general solution. And as I said earlier, this represents family of circles like this. This one particular circle is a particular solution, one particular member of the family. One more member, and all these are members of the general family, general solution. So I have illustrated what general solution is and what particular solution is through this example. Now coming to the singular solution of the differential equation. I have told you this line is x equals to minus 1 because radius is 1. So circle lies between the two lines x equals to minus 1 and x equals to plus 1. Solution is like this: x plus a or x plus c the whole square minus y square equals to 1 is a solution, general solution. And I have already told you the procedure of finding singular solution. Procedure is differentiate the general solution with respect to arbitrary constant present is the first step. Let me differentiate this with respect to a, treating x and y as constant. Derivative of x plus a whole square is 2 times x plus a minus derivative of y square. I am treating this as constant and this is equals to 1. Which implies x plus a equals to 0. Equation number 2. Now substitute 2 in 1, that is x plus a whole square. Okay, x plus a whole square. In place of x plus a, you write 0, you will get y square. This is a solution is plus y square equals to 1. So you will get y square equals to 1, nothing but y equals to plus or minus 1. So this y equals to plus or minus 1 is a singular solution of the differential equation. And as you know, this is not x equals to 1 line, this is y equals to 1. X is not fixed there, x is varying. Here also x is not minus 1, x is varying. What is fixed here? Here y is fixed, y equals to 1, the line y equals to 1 fixed, and here y equals to minus 1 fixed. These two lines are fixed here. And this y equals to minus 1 and y equals to plus 1 are the singular solutions as we have got it from this equation. So what y equals to 1 minus 1, in what way they are related to the singular solution? You can see all members, all circles, all possible circles form general solution. One particular member forms particular solution, and these two lines are singular solution of the differential equation. And there is a particular property, you can see y equals to 1. It touches every member of the family, whatever circle you consider, it touches that circle, and also every point on the line y equals to 1 or y equals to minus 1, it is a point of intersection of this line with a member of the general family, with the member of the general solution. That is, singular solution is a curve touching every member of general solution and also every point on the singular solution. Every point on that curve is a point of intersection of that curve with some member of general solution, which is nothing but envelope of family of curves. What is envelope of family of curves? Envelope is defined as it's a curve which touches every member of the given family, and also every point on that curve is a point of intersection with some member of the given family. So this singular solution y equals to plus or minus 1 is an envelope of family of curves which is obtained by differentiating the general solution with respect to arbitrary constants. With respect to arbitrary constant, one arbitrary constant here because order is 1. I will illustrate through examples now. Before that, type 2. So far I discussed type 1. Type 1 are equations which are solvable for P. Now equations solvable for X. Of course, if it is solvable for X, I can express the given differential equation as x equals to f of yp, x in terms of y and p. You differentiate that with respect to y to get dx by dy equals to some arbitrary function of yp and dp by dy, and you know that dy by dx is p, so dx by dy becomes 1 by p. So equation 2, you can see equation 2 is 1 divided by p equals to some arbitrary function of y, p and dp by dy. Equation 2 is a differential equation in terms of p and y. I will not treat p as dy by dx here, it's p is some variable, y is some variable, so it's a differential equation in terms of p and y, only p and y, no x involved here. So I can solve that equation to get solution in the form g of y, p and c equals to 0, one arbitrary constant c. Now you have to eliminate p. You have to eliminate p from equation 1. Equation 1 is x equals to f of yp, and equation 3 is a solution of equation 2, g of yp comma c equals to 0. If you eliminate p, you will be left with only x and y equal to some arbitrary constant c, which is the general solution of the given differential equation. So basically you have to eliminate p from the given equation, and as well as the equation after differentiating that with respect to y. In all cases p cannot be eliminated easily, so what we do is we express x in terms of p and c, y in terms of p and c, and then the equations x equals to some arbitrary function of p and c, y equal to some arbitrary function of p and c serves as a general solution of the differential equation, which is in parametric form, where p is treated as a parameter. I will explain that through an example. So what is the working procedure to solve equations which are solvable for x? Procedure is you first convert that equation in terms of x equals to f of yp. Step number 2, differentiate that with respect to y, and then you write dx by dy as 1 by p. Now you have one differential equation of first order and first degree in terms of p and y. Solve the differential equation to get solution as g of y, p, c equals to 0, and eliminate p from that equation and from the given differential equation. In case if elimination is not possible, you express x and y in terms of p and c, that together serves as solution of the given differential equation with the p as parameter. Let me illustrate this. Find the general solution of the equation y equals to 3px plus 6 times p square into y cube by solving for x. Now given differential equation is y equals to 3px plus 6 times y square plus p square. You simplify that, take 6y square p square to the left hand side and divide by 3p to get this equation in the form x equals to f of y comma p. Therefore x is minus 2p y square plus y divided by 3p. It's like a plus b by c, which can be written as a by c plus b by c. So x is minus 2p y square plus y by 3p. Now step 2, you have to differentiate 1 with respect to y. So derivative of x is dx by dy, which is equals to minus 2 times, now it is py square. P is also a function of y. Here p is derivative dy by dx, which is a function of both the variables actually here, function of x and y. Now I am differentiating this with respect to y. Apply product rule for p into y square. So first function minus 2y square, derivative of p is dp by dy minus p as it is, derivative of y square is 2y, so I will get minus 4py here. Next, differentiate this with respect to y. 1 by 3p, derivative of y is 1 minus y into derivative of 1 by x is minus 1 by x square. So derivative of 1 by 3p is minus 1 by 3p square into integral differentiation of p with respect to y is dp by dy. Now simplify this. We get 1 by p equals to minus 2y square into dp by dy minus 4py plus 1 by 3p minus y by 3p square into dp by dy. You collect dp by dy terms, which is 2y plus 1 by 3p square multiplied with y dp by dy, and remaining terms one side, keep it one side. Now factorize it. After simplification, this 1 by p minus 1 by 3p becomes 2 by p plus 4py as it is. This term I have written as it is, 2y plus 1 by 3p square into y into dp by dy equals to 0. Next, take 2p common here. So if you take 2p outside, you will get 2y plus 1 by 3p square plus this term as it is. So what is common here? 2y plus 1 by 3p square is common. After taking 2y plus 1 by 3p square outside, you will get another factor as 2p plus y into dp by dy equals to 0. Now, there are two factors. If you equate this to 0, 2p plus y into dp by dy equals to 0 and solve, you will get the general solution as mentioned in the type. If you take this, which does not involve any derivative, 2y plus 1 by 3p square, if you equate it to 0 and solve, you will get p in terms of y directly, and if you substitute in the given differential equation, you will get a relationship between x and y containing no arbitrary constant. That means you are getting a singular solution from 2y plus 1 by 3p square equals to 0. Now if in the problem general solution is asked, you ignore this factor and just consider 2p plus y into dp by dy equals to 0. For general solution, consider 2p plus y into dp by dy equals to 0. This implies minus y into dp by dy equals to 2p. You solve this equation using the technique of method of separation of variables. Separate p and y terms, you will get dp by p equals to minus 2 times dy by y. Now it is in the separable form. Now integrate it. Integration of 1 by p is log p, that is equals to minus 2 times integration of 1 by y is log y plus some arbitrary constant. I have written it as log c. Now minus 2 log y can be written as log of y to the power of minus 2 using the properties of logarithms, which is a log b equals to log of b to the power of a plus log c as it is. Next, again use the properties of logarithms. It's log a plus log b equals to log a into b. So with this property, this becomes log of y square, y to the power of minus 2 into c. Therefore p is c divided by y square. Y to the power of minus 2 is 1 by y square. So I have determined p. The next step is you have to substitute this p in the given differential equation. You have to eliminate p. Let us substitute this in the given differential equation. Yes, c by y square is p. It is y equals to 3px. P is c by y square plus 6y square into p square, which is c by y square the whole square. Now you simplify this, this becomes y equals to 3cx by y square plus 6y square into c square divided by y to the power of 4. So y is 3cx divided by y square plus 6 times c square divided by y square. Multiply y square, multiply by y square to get y cube equals to 3cx plus 6c square as the general solution of the given differential equation. What next? Well, of course, I have ignored one factor. You can see I have ignored the factor 2y plus 1 by 3p square equals to 0. If you equate this to 0, you will get 2y 2y equals to minus 1 by 3p square, or p square equals to minus 1 by 6y. You have to substitute this value of p square in the given differential equation. So one method of finding singular solution. You substitute p square equals to minus 1 by 6y in the given differential equation. P gets eliminated straight away and you will get a singular solution. This is one method. The second method is as usual. It is from the general solution. General solution of the differential equation is y cube equals to 3cx plus 6c square. Now, if singular solution is asked, you have to differentiate this equation with respect to c, treating x and y as constant. Derivative of y cube is 0, that is equals to derivative of 3cx is 3x constant into derivative of c is 1 plus derivative of 6c square is 12c. This implies 12c equals to minus 3x, therefore c equals to minus x by 4. This is c value. Substitute this c value in the general solution to get y cube equals to, c is minus x by 4, so it is minus 3 x square by 4 plus 6 into x square. X square is, that is c square is x square by 16. Okay, this is the singular solution of the differential equation which satisfies the differential equation, but it cannot be obtained from general solution by giving any arbitrary value, not minus x by 4, arbitrary constant like 4, 5, 6. It cannot be obtained from this general solution. Problem number 2. Obtain the general and singular solution. Okay, in the previous one, singular solution was not asked. Now here it's specified. You have to find both general and singular solution of the differential equation y equals to 2px plus p square y by solving for x. If this is not mentioned, by solving for x, of course you have one more technique. You can solve this using solvable for p, because it's a quadratic equation, p square y plus 2px minus y equals to 0. You can find the roots as I mentioned earlier and factorize it to get the solution. So it's a one technique. If it is not asked, go with p, and then you can see it, you can express that in the form of x equals to f of y comma p. Trial and error method, you have to attempt it, not easy in many cases. So most of the cases the technique will be specified. Sorry. Now you have to solve this using solvable for x technique. That is, you have to express this differential equation in terms of x first, which I have done here. It's a simple substitution. X equals to, take y common here, y into 1 minus p square, and divided by p, it is 2p. X equals to y into 1 minus p square divided by 2p. It is in the general form. Step 2 is differentiate this with respect to y. So left hand side, derivative of x with respect to y is dx by dy. Now quotient rule, u by v rule, denominator, which is 2p, into derivative of numerator. But numerator contains product of two terms, that is y into 1 minus p square. So you have to apply product rule internally here. First function is 1 minus p square, derivative of y is 1 plus first function y as it is. Now differentiation of second function. Derivative of 1 minus p square is minus 2p into dp by dy. So derivative of numerator is over. Denominator into differentiation of numerator minus, this part is numerator, into derivative of denominator. Derivative of 2p is 2 times dp by dy. Now simplify this to get 1 by p, which is dx by dy. 1 by p equals to 2p minus 2p cube minus 4p square y dp by dy minus 2y dp by dy plus 2p square y dp by dy divided by 4p square. Multiply throughout by 4p square. So 4p square divided by p is 4p, and that is equals to 2p minus 2p cube minus 2p square y into dp by dy minus 2y into dp by dy. Simplify this. Take all these things to left hand side. 4p minus 2p is 2p minus 2p cube. When it comes to LHS, it becomes plus 2p cube. Next it becomes the third term becomes plus 2p square y dp by dy plus 2y dp by dy equals to 0. Transfer all terms to LHS. Now try to factorize this. From first two terms, if you take 2p outside, it will be 1 plus p square plus, in the next two terms, 2y and dp by dy are common. If you take 2y dp by dy outside, it will be 2y dp by dy into 1 plus p square. So 1 plus p square is common in both the terms. Take it out, 1 plus p square into remaining terms, 2p plus 2y dp by dy equals to 0. As I mentioned earlier, there are two factors, 2p plus 2y into dp by dy, it's a factor with the derivative term, and there is one more term, 1 plus p square, which has no derivative. If you equate this to 0, it leads to singular solution, and if you equate 2p plus 2y dp by dy equals to 0, then it leads to general solution. Now consider, for general solution, you consider the term with the derivative term involving derivative. So which is 2p plus 2y into dp by dy equals to 0. Simplify this, it's y dp by dy equals to minus p. Separate the variables to get dp by p equals to minus dy by y. Now integrate it, it is in variable separable form. Integration of 1 by p is log p minus integration of 1 by y is log y plus some arbitrary constant. For simplicity, we have taken it as log c. So log p equals to log of y to the power of minus 1, because using the law of logarithms, minus log y can be written as log of y to the power of minus 1 plus log c. Again use properties of logarithms to get log p as log of c into y to the power of minus 1, which in turn becomes c by y, p equals to c by y. Now you have to substitute this value in the given differential equation and eliminate p. The p element results in this equation. When you substitute p value in the given differential equation and simplify, you get 2cx equals to y square minus c square. So it's a relationship between dependent variable y and independent variable x containing one arbitrary constant c, which is nothing but solution of first order differential equation, which is y square equals to 2cx plus c square. This is the general solution. Now consider the second factor. For singular solution, we have to consider 1 plus p square equated to 0 to get p square equals to minus 1, and substitute this value in the given differential equation. I am not substituting this in the general solution. That is the method 2. Singular solution which can be obtained from general solution after differentiating general solution with respect to arbitrary constant. That is the method 2. Now method 1 is when you have a factor free from derivatives, when you equate it and eliminate p from that equation and the given differential equation, you get a relation in terms of y and x containing no arbitrary constant, and that equation is a singular solution of the given differential equation. As I said earlier, the second factor or the factor free from derivatives was 1 plus p square equated to 0. You get p square equals to minus 1, and from the given differential equation we have this x equals to y into 1 minus p square divided by 2p. As I have p square and only p here, I'll square this equation and simplify this to get even powers of p. 4p square x square equals to y square into 1 minus p square the whole square. Now I'll substitute the p square value. P square is minus 1, so it is 4 into minus 1 into x square equals to y square into 1 minus p square. P square is minus 1 the whole square, which is nothing but minus 4x square equals to 4y square. Therefore 4y square plus x square equals to 0 serves as singular solution of the differential equation. This is method 1. Now what is method 2? So for method 2, we have to consider the general solution. Let me go to the previous slide. Yes, the general solution is y square equals to 2cx plus c square. You differentiate this with respect to c, treating x and y as constant. You will get 2y into dy by dx, no, y square is constant, 0 equals to 2x plus 2c, and substitute it in the given differential equation. You will get x square plus y square equals to 0 as expected. So there are two ways of finding singular solution of a given differential equation. So with this I will stop today's session. In the next session I will solve some more problems on equations solvable for x. Thank you.